Hey, today we're gonna talk about getting this type of texture on your oil paintings. I see a lot of people ask me how I got to this point, and I'm gonna show you in a brief video today. This type of texture is done directly on the frame backboard, but I am gonna use a piece of canvas to show you that you can achieve the same thing on a piece of canvas. Here's the here's another one that I've prepared that you can see the texture on very badly because it keeps zooming on my face. What you're gonna need is you're gonna need a surface that you're gonna be working on. So either some sort of wood, MDF, or whatever, a canvas, whatever you like. You're gonna need a brush. It's important that it's a hard bristle brush. The shape doesn't matter in general, but it's important that it's coarse. Don't use the softer one. To make the texture, you're gonna use acrylics. Now you can use any color you like. I like to use brighter ones because I usually paint like sunsets or nature, so I need the light to shine through. You don't have to if it's gonna be something else, or you can, but then again, you can do some other painting or something. I prefer to use full coverage. You can check the coverage on this square. Come on. This square here means it's full coverage. This one is like semi-transparent, and I don't think I have fully transparent acrylics because I don't use them and I don't like them. But I'm just showing you what to pay attention to. For this test example, I'm gonna use the fully coverage yellow ochre. Optionally, you're gonna wanna use a lint roller just to clean up your surfaces from any dust. Also optionally, if you're gonna use this type of surface, you can sand it a bit just for the grip. I don't, you can. It's perfectly fine. Okay, so you're gonna let's use this one first. So, and pardon my nails, I've been trying to wash off stuff. So just splash a rich, big amount of paint on, and I was supposed to maybe use a paper towel so I don't mess up my let me get a napkin real fast. Okay, so now we have a napkin. And you're gonna splash that and you're just gonna distribute that all over and make it like wavy, or just do it like this. Just any way you feel you're gonna paint after. You can follow it, but you don't have to. Again, that depends on what you want. So I would say this is a good beginning. Use the very tip. You can even wipe off the extra. There's a lot because it needs to be rich. Use the tip of the brush to gently scrub and move the paint. So what I would do if I plan on a landscape and I know that I'm gonna have my clouds kind of a certain way, move like this, I would move the texture to how I will shape the clouds. I usually don't plan it, but sometimes I do. You can also do like where you're gonna plant the trees. You can dab or just play around and see what you get. You can scrape it off a little bit, but that's in general your first layer. So we're gonna do the same thing on a piece of canvas now, and I'll walk you through the next steps. So again, you're just gonna splash a good amount of paint on it, and I will fully paint this eventually once it's dry to show you what I mean. And you're just gonna smear it all over. Naturally, because this is an unstretched canvas, it is going to bend a little because of the humidity in the paint, but it doesn't matter, you can iron it out. Use the tip of the brush to move the texture around, and if you need more paint, always add more paint. There you go. So the texture is basically the same. The next step is to wait for this to dry. Now, depending on the layer and the thickness of the layer, you're gonna want to dry it 2 days a minimum. I usually let it dry for about a week, 5 days to a week, depending on how thick the layer is. The overall rule is that if you touch it and it feels cold and sticky, and if you like scratch it a little with your nail and it comes off, it's not ready to paint yet. So it needs to be fully dry before oil is applied so it doesn't crack. Anyway, we're gonna wait for this to dry. I'm gonna give it a couple of days and then I'm gonna record a part two.